Hey everybody, how are you? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day thus far. I know it's evening for those of you who are on the East Coast, and it's 3:18 here on the West Coast. It's a beautiful day today in San Jose. Hashtag bars. A beautiful day today. It's currently about 81 degrees right now. So it's actually really beautiful, full day of sunshine. I was gonna get in the pool, but then I decided against it. I'm being a little lazy today. But I'm glad that we're all here together because I wanted to talk to you all about something. There was something that I saw earlier this year. And when I say earlier this year, I would say about 3 months ago, back in March. And I wanted to share it with you all. And we're about to have I don't want to say a serious spiritual community discussion, but yeah, I think it is somewhat serious, and I would love to have a conversation with you all with respect to what I'm going to show you. So before we get started, let me say hello to people. Hey, girl, Andrea, Sleepy B, my love. It's one cat, Sweet Ace of Silhouette, Isis. Yeah, I wanted to show you all something. Because there's a lot of conversation, and please, the topic of this conversation is just so happens to kind of fall in line with the girls fighting on social media today, right? I truly thought this morning, let me schedule this live stream. Let me schedule this live stream and have a conversation with you all because it's something that has been weighing on me for so long. And then the news breaks out that the girls are fighting, right? So I was just like, maybe today was actually the day for us to have this conversation. So I am going to bring these screenshots in so we can have a conversation about it, because while I'm okay with things being what they are, when I say okay is I'm not worried at all. I understand that I don't live in a society by myself. There's global society and global community. So again, I wanted to have a spiritual conversation with you all. So, oh my God. So let me bring this information in. And the information that I'm bringing in comes from Facebook, one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. And let me just go ahead and download these screenshots. These screenshots are from a long time ago, like I said, from March. So let me go to oh my God. Let me go and bring these screenshots in because I really do want to have a conversation. So, oh goodness. Which one is the first one? Okay. So let me download. And I'm just going to bring them in one at a time. So, and let me start with that. Girl, the mess is messy, and I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. Listen, those of us who are astrologers, we saw this coming. And y'all know, yes, I'm an astrologer. I don't share every last piece of astrology information that I see, that I read, that when I am going through a chart, because it can be overload. Like, being an astrologer is like being a spiritual worker. It really is a life. And you're checking things every day, all the time, seeing what's happening. You're looking so far in the future. You're doing all of these things. And we are the people who are in it for all of the details, right? And seeing what happens and comparing that with things that happened in the past. So I don't share with you all every little thing because y'all would probably get sick and tired of me if I did. So, Like I said, we astrologers, we saw this coming. But anyway, let me bring this in. Hey, CN1. Let me bring this in and present image. Let me see if this is the first one. Goodness. Let me see. Okay. So let me remove my banner because high current banner. Okay. Can you all see this on the screen? I had to doctor the screenshots to make sure that no revealing information would be here when I go through this. So we're going to go through um like I said, these screenshots. And what I'm about to share with you is from a spiritual worker that I trust, a spiritual worker that I trust and I'm in community with. So this is that. Hey, Miss Tree Moon. Hey, Natasha. Hey, Natasha girl. Natasha, you just might hear some of um you just might hear some these are the conversations that need to be had. These are the things that, so I know we kind of talked about that, you and I. So okay, and be safe wherever you're going. So this is from a spiritual worker, and the spiritual worker says, I want to share something. After the inauguration, meaning Trump being sworn as president 2025, I was deeply concerned about what was happening in the United States and summoned and communicated with the angel Nil through automatic writing. So Nil is an angel, okay? Um Nil is an angel, also known as Haniel. So this is an angel who is of the order of principalities and an angel of the virtues. This is also an angel that is Venusian. So when we talk about planet, I'm not going to get into how the seven planets have their own angels and spirits and intelligences and things like that, but this is NIL. So NIL was summoned and communicated through automatic writing. Below are the results of two separate sessions. Afterward, I talk about what actions I will be taking and how you can help if you want. Okay, so this is somewhat political but spiritual at the same time. Hey, Alikia. Um, so yeah, so this person was going deeper, going into Enochian. I do not work in Enochian. I have not worked up to Enochian angelic magic, but this person really, really works with Enochian, and I trust their conversations. So, this is Angel of Wisdom. Okay. So, this person spoke with Anna and Niall on January 23rd this year, 2025. And they asked, why is this happening in our country? So this person asked this angel of wisdom, okay, going into Enochian, why is this happening in the country? Why was this man sworn in as president? Okay, and you can do whatever you need to do if you're cooking in the kitchen or rearranging clothes or you're driving or you're just listening while you're chilling out. This is fine. And the angel goes on to say that, and let me download this one and bring this one in. I really have to do it one by one because it was so many screenshots. Okay. So many screenshots. Let me see if this is the right one. Okay, this is happening in the country because of many reasons. Mainly as humans, you do not worship the truth. You make strange gods of your nation and your skin color. You listen to the advertisers to tell you how to be happy and not your family, your friends, the spirits, or the divine. This is what the angel is saying. Your communities have been attacked and stripped away from you. All of this was intentional by the people who are in power and who only worship power. It's all the reasons you think. They have destroyed everything and leave you scraps and an artificial life. People are angry as they should be, but they don't know who to trust, so they put their faith in the wrong people. This is what this angel is saying. So the spiritual worker, this person asks, is there a hidden supernatural source to all of this? The angel says, not in the way that you mean. There is no demon of destruction that you can fight. This is gods of your own making doing what they were made to do. Okay. So the angel is saying people have lost touch with what's true and what's right. People as in humanity have propped up these false gods and these false idols. You don't listen to your family anymore. You don't listen to your friends anymore. Right. And the angel is pretty much saying there is no demon of destruction. This isn't some quote unquote um Satan in the background doing this. This is of humankind's doing. Okay. Gods of your own making. Celebrity worship, worshiping money, worshiping power, harming people, all of these things. There are magicians on all sides. You usually cancel each other out. So the angel is saying, there are people who do magic, to try to help people, and then there are people who do magic to for their own power, for their own gain. The powerful usually win because they can match their magic with material action and force of power. And this is why I tell you all, make sure that you learn some form of magic, because please believe society or political structures or financial structures or this country or white supremacy or whatever you want to say is out here doing magic for the sole purpose of gain and to get over on you, to hurt you, to harm you. Okay. These people are gaining assets. When we're talking about a conversation of, eat the wealthy, the disgusting, disgusting greed that comes at the cost of people and the planets. This is what this angel is talking about. Okay. The magician, he asks, is there nothing more? The angel says, there's a lot more. The stars are right for tearing down the diseased and the collapsing. The angel is pretty much saying, now is the time to dismantle things that must be dismantled and get shit right. Now is the time. The angel said the stars. Baby, this is the astrology the angel is talking about. When we're talking about, people have been talking about Pluto. I told you all, this year 2025, Saturn, is in Aries now. Neptune is in Aries. Uranus is moving into Gemini. Jupiter is in Gemini now, about to move into Cancer. Pluto went into Aquarius late last year. These are powerful, powerful changes. But Pluto, the planet of transformation in Aquarius, the sign about society and structures and people, right? The time is ripe for transformation. Okay. So the angel says the stars are right for tearing down the diseased and the collapsing. Okay. And this is something that has been going on for a while, right? Something that has been going on for a while, for years. The angel asks, do you want to keep living as you do? It's coming down to give you the opportunity to make something new. Your society is sick. Much will need to be amputated as it is lost to disease. All these people out here talking about we need to reform the Democratic Party and we need to reform the Republican Party, or you just need to bring back in and accept people who do all this shit purposely. The angel said no. All this shit got to be cut off, from the way people are being treated to these systems doing every society, and the societal structures need to be cut off. Okay. The angel says, such is the cost of hiding from your darkness and letting whole people's pain fester in the dark. They try to tell you, but your nation pretends the past is over. Okay. So, talking specifically about the United States, the past is not over. The systems of harm, the systems of destruction, the systems of being hateful, the systems of racism and everything else, it's all there. The greed, the setting people up to fail purposely. I keep seeing people have these conversations now online that they did, quote unquote, did everything right. They went to school or they got a trade and they're out here working their job. Their job isn't paying them enough for their bare needs to be met, for housing and food and health, the healthcare system. People are having these conversations online, and the whole United States, just tear it down and start over. This is pretty much what the angel is saying. Tear it down and start over. And I just want all of you to know that if you, quote unquote, did the quote unquote right thing, you're a good person, you aren't you're a good citizen, you aren't quote unquote a criminal, you live your life peacefully, you don't harm other people, you just want to be able to make enough money to more than survive, you want to thrive. This is not your fault. And society has been telling people for so long that if you don't make enough money, this is your fault, or you're weak, or you're stupid, or do it like this, or do it like that. The angel is saying, this shit, these structures have been put in place. It's not our fault, but it's up to us to come and fix it. Okay. They try to tell you, but your nation pretends the past is over. You turn your head time and time again, ignoring the darkness that grows each time you look away. Okay. So this angel speaking. Okay. This is this angel speaking. Okay, let me bring in the next one. Let me bring in the next one. It was seriously like 12 different screenshots. Okay, so let me bring this one in. So I want you all to understand the nature of this. So the magician, he asks, won't the innocent be hurt most in most of this? Won't the innocent be hurt the most in this? The angel says, of course, for that is the way of your world. The powerful hide behind the bodies of those they deem lesser than themselves. If you don't like it, you can do it yourselves. The magician asks, this all seems very brutal. Why does it have to be like this? The angel says, such is the world that you have built. And not me, not you, but just over time, what the United States has become, the systems, things that have been built on, not addressing the problems, just coming up with ways to, stop the bleeding. Yeah. hmm The angel says it did not have to be like this. We did not help you build this. The angel said we didn't do this. We didn't have no part of this. This wasn't us. This was humans. The angel says generations of lies. Generations of lies. Honeyed words covering disease and rot. They sold you death, but worse, You bought artificial lives, built artificial cities. You've all but become artificial yourselves. Weak minds and wills. The powerful did this to you centuries and centuries ago. You know no other way to live. You are weak and can barely imagine real strength. Even your powerful are weak, undone by their own lies. They played their own game until they forgot it was a game. This is what this angel is saying. This angel is out here telling the truth and spitting bars. All right, the magician asks, how do we fix it? The angel says it will not be easy. You want to call on us and have us fight your battles for you. We won't do that. We will help you fight. So the angel is saying if you really want to fix things, you have to start to do the work and we're going to assist you. But it's not the angels or the spiritual doing the work for us. We as humans have to do the work, the real work. And the spirits will help us. But we have to do this. The angel continues and says, we will help you heal yourself, but you must stop poisoning yourself. You poison your bodies and your minds. You poison your souls. Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting others. Start healing one another. You need healing so much more than you need fighting. Healthy people don't fall for diseased lies because they can sense the disease. You must heal one another. Lay your hands on each other. Weave the divine energies. Help people face their darkness and heal their past. Help put them back together again. Then teach them how to do the same for someone else. Do your work, show them the way. So this is what the angel is saying. All right, let me get the next one. So the magician asks, what is my work? The magician asks, what is my work? The angel says, you have been shown much. You who fly so close to us, talking about magicians and spiritual workers, lift them up. First, you may have to cut away what is holding them down, heal them. Teach them the truth about us. Let us guide you. Trust us and trust the current. Surrender to the flow of the current. Stop trying to control everything. Divine power flows through you. Bring that flow of divinity to others. Miracles are possible. Keep seeking to get as close to the truth as you can. Your world is full of lies, and deceit drips from so many countless lost souls. They drown in lies. Stop debating politics. Teach love and the ways of truth. Divine truth transcends politics. And the magician, he asks, do I have to do this alone? The angel says, of course not. You have a wife who longs for purpose and community. Trust in her. You have people who love you who do not know you. Bring them together, heal them, and they will become one with you. So this particular magician, he has a wife. She is a spiritual medium. So a lot of times when there's like channeling of spirits and stuff like that, he will work with his wife on that. The magician asks, I don't know how to start. What do I do? The angel says, be brave. When you see a need, feel it. Reach out. You are not alone. People need what you have. Surrender to the flow of divinity and let it guide you. Don't be scared. Don't be self-conscious. Don't let fear keep you frozen. Start with people face to face. The people behind the screen may not see you as a person, but as a way to get what they want. It's easier to know who needs help in person. Step away from the security of not being seen. And the magician asks, should we start a magical order, a group to help coordinate a defense against what's happening? Okay. So let me bring in the next one. All right. So the angel says, okay, let me bring in the other one. Where's the other one at? Sorry, we just had this one. Remove. We'll see if it wants to come in. It's not even coming in. Okay. It's not coming in. Let me do this. Let me bring it in. Bring it in, bring it in. Because you're not about to play in my face. Okay. The angel is pretty much saying if you want to start a magical order or a group, do it, but you don't have to do that. But it's good because experiencing someone online versus experiencing someone in person are two different things, right? Um, are two different things. It really doesn't want to come up. Hey, CS, this really doesn't want to come up. Let me do this. Let me. Okay, let me do this. Of course. Okay, let me do this. Let me just share the screen. Let me just share the screen. Hey, Empress. How you doing, girl? Share screen. Window. Okay, let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. Okay, so this is what the person was saying. So the person was saying, should we start a magical order, a group to help coordinate a defense against what's happening? That the angel says, if it helps you, bring people together for a common cause. This is a good thing. Become a beacon of light in the dark. Perhaps not by your name, but by your actions. Heal people, teach them the truth. Work for justice by giving those weaker than yourself the compassion and justice they deserve. Free people from all that oppress them. You are also weighed down. Free them. Teach them to free themselves. Should you do this, be sure to use it as a tool for helping people and not for lifting up individuals. Okay? Talk to uplift and plan, but not to glorify yourselves. Let there be teachers and guides and not leaders. Let each work according to their gifts, by their gifts and not their comfort or their fears. Focus on healing, not just the humans, but for all the lives that suffers and groans in these days. Even the stones ache. Okay, so nature, the plant life, the planet is in peril because of us. Okay, because of humans. Should you do this, it is you calling and duty to perform sacred rites and weave divine energies for the healing of all who are sick, to teach the truth to those parched on lies, to free the oppressed, to bring justice to those crying for it. Yes, this could be a powerful tool, a community of healing and teaching who stand before the injustice of the world, not to try and crush it, but to teach it mercy. You must heal the hearts of those you hate and fear. Strip them of their armor, pull their hands from their ears, pry their eyes open so they can experience the truth. Then will their hearts soften. Then will they have peace And when they have peace, so shall your world know peace. It is not an easy task, and it will not be done in your lifetime. But this is your calling regardless. You can do it alone or you can find help. We will be your guide either way. Go and ponder these things in your heart and return when you are in need of more guidance. So this is, and this was a conversation that took place um earlier this year. Earlier this year. So the person he asked the angel some more things. Now, this was a conversation he was having in January of this year, 2025, but he didn't post this until March of 2025. And he asked the angel and said, "You said that it had to be brutal and that the poor and weak and innocent would suffer most, but does it have to be this way?" The angel says, "As I said, this is the world you made, and there is no other way." He asks the angel, he says, "I don't accept that. I don't accept that you can't change the hearts of the powerful, delay their plans, or outright kill them. Why don't you do those things?" The angel says, "We can't do it all for you. You are here in this world to experience a life and all that comes with that, the good and the bad." The angel says, "We did not stop the thousands of atrocities you have committed throughout your history. We did not stop the Mongols. Jesus didn't push the Romans out of Jerusalem. The Romans leveled the city and scattered his people. The world works as it will and it always has been." The magician says that Jesus didn't command the angels to kill the Romans, but what if Jesus did? The angel says, "Then they will be dead." And the magician asks, "In the Old Testament, the angels fought in battles and killed the enemies of the children of Abraham. What has changed now?" And the angel is just like, "So you want us to cut everyone down with flaming swords?" And the guy says, "If needed to save the innocent, yeah, but you didn't answer my question." And so the angel is pretty much like belief. The angel says, "Y'all don't believe that we can do it or that we will. But the power is within you. You felt it before, but you were afraid of the power. You were afraid of the possibility and the responsibility. You were afraid of the aftermath. But yes, this can be done." Let me see if I can bring this page in so you all can see what I'm okay. So then he goes on to ask, is Trump the Antichrist? And this question was really what made me want to have this conversation with you all. And like I said, when I read this back in March, I wanted to have the conversation with you all then, but I really had to ponder on this and I really had to think about it and decide whether or not I wanted to have this conversation with you, right? Because with so much going on and people have asked me the question before, I found it interesting that this came up. So again, the magician asks, is Trump the Antichrist? The angel says Trump isn't the Antichrist. Trump is an Antichrist. The angel says there was never going to just be one Antichrist. There have always been such men. The angel says there are always such disgusting, power hungry, greedy, degenerate ass people that there is no such thing as one. There are many. So, not the Antichrist, an Antichrist. So I was just like, that is interesting. He asked the angels, let's talk about the magical order, the community working together to help each other heal and fight. Do you have any guidance on how it should work or be structured? The angel says, you want to save the world. You say you are not the Messiah, and you are right. No one can save the world on their own, but a holy community united in purpose can. So put out the call. Who would heal the world, proclaim truth, and bring justice to the weak and innocent, hear and answer this sacred call. The angel says, I offer you a sacred covenant that can mend that which is broken, free the oppressed, and speak the eternal unto those who have cut off their own ears. Should you accept this covenant, you are to be a light to those who live in darkness and a fortress to those who desire liberation. The work is not for humans alone, but for all the living spirits upon the earth, under the earth, and into the stars. This covenant is an outpouring of divine will that will heal the wounded of spirit, bring forth truth, and establish justice. The work is sacred, eternal is its purpose, the mission guided by divine hands. Know that healing is the first and greatest calling, be it through rituals, rites, sacraments, the laying of the hands, or divine energies. The broken must be made whole. Root out despair and replace pain with peace. Next is truth. Speak divine truth. Let it shine through your actions so that none may doubt. By this shall the lies of the world be undone. By the revelation of that which has been hidden, the holy mysteries shall the eyes of their hearts be opened, and they shall finally see the path that has always been there for them. The third charge is justice, for every soul aches from the weight of their oppression. Do not think that you can lift that weight yourself, for only the hand of the divine can carry that load, but you must be our hands. Only you can proclaim your own sovereignty over your own life, so you cannot do it for another. Show them. Know that you do not labor. Know that you do not labor. Let me see. Where is it? For your own glory or the glory of any one person, but for the liberation and elevation of all persons. You are to be in beautiful harmony, serving the will of the divine. Any may answer this call and be part of the covenant, no matter who they are or where they come from, as long as they seek to work in harmony for healing, speaking the truth, and enacting justice. For all are welcome into the courtyard. For these reasons, you channel the divine powers into the world. This is not only spiritual work, but worldly work as well. Be humble and learn from those who know more. Those with knowledge should share and guide those who learn. Let those who have proven themselves leave the courtyard and enter the temple of fellowship so that they may guide others. Within the hearts of few are kindled the responsibility of guiding all in fellowship. Those who know the mystery and see the answers clearly may enter the inner sanctum. Not to be lords, but to protect the heart of the mystery and teach the others under the guidance of the eternal. In this manner are the ways of the eternal spread deeper and further into the world. So now call those whose hearts burn. They will answer, for they already know that this is what they have been called to. Go and heal. Build up that which is needed and tear down that which is past its time. When you decide, answer this call yourself. Then shall we let loose the divine power. So, um, like I said, this was a conversation um that this magician had with an angel, right? And this is what the angel told him, that pretty much humans did this shit and humans can get themselves out. But you have to do the work. We're not just gonna come in and clean up things for you. You have to do it. And the way that you do it is through community and helping people who are being hurt by this system, and through helping them, hopefully it will open up their hearts and their minds to help other people, and it's supposed to be a chain reaction that helps humanity and helps this planet. So this had me thinking about my own purpose, right? Why did I just so happen to come across this life, this spiritual life, right? Had me thinking about how can I help other people. Um had me um thinking about my place in it all, right? Because I am a spiritual worker. I am someone that sees and feels and works with energies, and I do, try to help people. So it just really had me asking myself, what is my place? Because I see so much, and we all see so much, right? We all live life on this planet. And sometimes I'm just like, well, let me do something to help. But then I'm just like, do I really interfere? Or, what I'm saying? Like, what do I do? What do I do? So this is the conversation that I'm having with you all. Um, as you all are my YouTube spiritual community. What do you think of all of this? What do you think of all of this? What do you think that I should do? What are your thoughts and opinions on me as Q, someone that has introduced some of you all to spiritual work and doing things? What do you all think? This isn't me talking at you. This is us having a conversation. Hey, Sleepy B. Thank you so much, Sleepy B, for the super chat. I truly, truly appreciate you. Um, I truly appreciate you, right? For that. And may this donation that you give to me be returned to you 100-fold, baby. May it be returned to you 100-fold. Amen. So, like I say, let's have a conversation because there's a lot going on, and these are the conversations that I really would like to have. Yes, we have quote unquote fun looking at, the fun stuff online, right? The Diddy trial, the such and such, such and such. But the spiritual mysteries and the energetics of things is really where my heart lies. I'm not necessarily the person for gossip. Like I always tell you all know more than me. I just try to share things that I see or things that I learn with you all so that you all can have more control over your own lives. So, spiritual community, I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop the link. Um, I'm going to drop the link. So if anyone wants to come up and have a conversation or just share their thoughts on this, because this was really profound. It really, really touched me. And like I said, it literally took me months to say, like, I want to have this conversation with you all. Right. Because I know that there are a lot of people out there, like wondering what can they themselves do? But we're a spiritual community, right? Magic is a tool. It is a tool. Um, and I am quote unquote the leader of my YouTube spiritual community, right? This is my YouTube channel, right? So I'm gonna drop a link. I'd love to have a conversation with you all. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to come up, you ain't got to be scared. We're just having a conversation because I'm truly thinking about how can I do more. How can Q as a person do more? How can Q help people? Questions that I ask myself. Am I ready to step into the role of, you know, um, doing things for people, whether they know it or not? Because some people, don't want help. And I see ways that I can help. And I usually only help people when they ask me for help. But let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. So here's the link. Let me open up a YouTube page so I can pin the link so we can do that. So 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so I've pinned the link. I've pinned the link. CS says, oh, let me take my sweatshirt off. I was cold, but now I'm hot. CS says, I need to go back and watch from the beginning. Okay, girl. Natasha says, I just walked in the house. I'm about to type. Okay, girl. Empress, hey, girl. She says, AQ, you always spoke of the power of community, reminding us we have to do the work. It doesn't just happen. Lighting the spark within us reminds us of our magic, the grace of our gifts. Okay, yeah, I appreciate that, girl. Mystery Moon says, this is something for me to feel thought to before speaking. I do not take this lightly at all. I appreciate you sharing this very much. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that was me. I literally had to think about it, right? I had to think about it like, you know, um, really had to think about my place in it all, especially as someone that can help, right? And just having all the different conversations, like, you know, just conversations with myself. Why should I help people who don't like me? Why should I help people who hate women? Why should I hate people who help people who hate black people? Why should I help people who, what I'm saying, just all these different things, and I'm just like, so I have a lot of conversations and internal monologues, with myself about what my place is. And listen, I know magic is for real. I live it, I work it, I work within this realm. I see a lot of things happening. And listen, make no mistake about it. Again, I don't present to you all of the astrology and spiritual stuff that I could, because one, I don't want to flood y'all with a bunch of stuff. I'm not a person that's here for attention. Y'all know I don't even come on camera. Y'all know um I just put up this stylized picture of myself because I was never here for look at me. I was here for let's share the information, right? But make no mistake about it, this country, the United States, is about to go through it. Okay? The change, the transformation, it's coming. The next 20 years, and I know people have been saying, like, oh, this country has always been on a downfall. Yeah, all of us, some of us just got here. I'm only 42. I'm only 42. We have our family members who are passing away who saw things before. And we also have to remember some of us have children. I don't have children, but some of, my little niece, she just turned 1. So what type of future, what type of world will potentially be there for her and for quote unquote the future? What are we doing? What are we doing? Right? What are we doing? So, you know, um yeah, it's definitely, this is definitely something that's real, real deep. And like I said, I wanted to share with you all. I had to think about it. I'm still thinking about what my place is in all of this. Do I want to take up that mantle and just be out here just fighting, 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 fighting? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Okay. You see the conversations online, depending on where you are on social media, and just the conversation of, the 92% is resting. It's not for us to clean up. And I'm just like, I'm not here to clean up things that I didn't do. Like I'm not here to be a spiritual mammy mule either, right? So what do you all think of this? What do you all think of this? Sleepy B says, I've asked a few of my friends to stop sending me posts from their doom scrolling. I suggest that they focus on what's happening in their neck of the woods and see what they can do there. Yeah, the cause and effects of the gifts. Yeah, deep thought. Yep. CN1 says, thank you for sharing this. This was very thought provoking. Yeah, absolutely. Empress Kia says, the empathy is strong. We want everyone to win. Okay, I see we have someone here. Hey, Natasha. You can turn your screen off if you don't want to share yourself with the world. If you want to, because I see you here. But if you're fine with it, that's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna bring Natasha up.
Hello,
Hey, Katie,
everyone.
how are you?
Good. Thank you so much, Q, for having me on. And I just wanted to say this morning, the power of prayer works. Now, I had written down, and I have it written down right here in my yellow paper with my red ink. And I just put Elon Musk has told the full truth about Donald Trump and the election. The truth has set Elon free. Elon will tell the Americans who the president is. The truth will take away your bad feelings, Elon. And I did it
Mhm.
with just, because usually I think about him and it's definitely nothing nice. But I said, out of any of them, because the rest of them, he does the drugs, so he might be more open, say, than the other
Mhm.
people. But anyway, I did that, and then I went and looked on, and he's been going crazy
Mhm.
on Twitter, which him going crazy about Donald Trump on Twitter will change the algorithm of Twitter. So
Yes.
we weren't having anything with negative stuff coming about him. Just if it's your algorithm and that's all you search, but you're not getting flooded with it.
Mhm.
So that has changed over things right there. So I definitely think if you go there, focus on not just say him and just don't do it with malice, but do it like you said, with the peace and that we're helping people.
Right.
And we can focus on them too.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel it'll work. I mean, when Joe Biden won, I had done my Archangel Michael candle and he won. And I should have done that for Kamala because I did a different candle. I did my Virgin Mary candle for her, but I probably should have done Archangel Michael for her too because she really had a fight. But thank you, Q. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
And this, it's awesome that you're telling people this because we're all spiritual workers here. And as Black people, and if there's not any Black, if you're on here and you're not Black, it doesn't matter because you're on here. We're all one together right now. But we have a lot of ancestral protection, we have a lot of magic, and we have a lot that we have from everybody. We
Mhm.
don't just have it like, say, some of these people may just have their Irish ancestors or their Norwegian ancestors. We got everybody with us. Oh, thank you, Sleepy B. So anyway, oh, thanks, Miss Tree Moon. So thank you so much, Q, for having me on. Thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming up, girl. Yeah, I appreciate you, girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is, listen, listen. If you all go back to my video, I did a video, what was it, April? Maybe it was April, where I talked about the whistleblower. The whistleblower, please go back to that video. If I have any mods here in the chat, can someone post the link to my whistleblower video? In the whistleblower video, the tarot reading that I did, it was a quick little video. Um, Spirit already said what it was. Spirit already said what it was. Okay? And those of us who have any inkling of a brain already knew, quote unquote, what was. And this is why, the conversation about like spiritually, and there are some people who, and I'm just speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for anyone else, but I will say that spiritually this had to happen. This person had to be in office again to get people to wake up. Okay. I showed you all can go back to my video from the last year, their charts, right? Their astrological charts. But make no mistake about it. Certain things had to happen in order for us to even get to this point. Because if let's say if Kamala did win, if Kamala did win, that magician would not have been asking the angel what the hell is going on, and we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. But certain things have to happen. Sometimes things have to get so shitty that it sparks change. And one thing that I see people keep asking us, spiritual workers, astrologers, and stuff like that. Well, what else do you see? And I told someone on threads earlier today, like, baby, the people have to do something. You can't sit around and wait for or government or a politician or a leader or whatever to make the change. The people have to get together and rise up. The people have to do it. Okay. We can't be out here. And when I say we, just the social commentary online, you can't be out here saying, well, this system is terrible, but then you waiting for the system to save you. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's not going to work. The system is not here to save you. The system, this country has been built for certain people to win and for others to lose. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. Right. I told you all things have to we don't change when things are good. We change and we do better when our backs are against the wall. When we are put into a corner. We get better. We don't get better when things are easy. The people of this country have to get together and decide to do something, right? And we're still seeing the conversations online. There are certain groups of people who, nothing is wrong and this, that, and the other. And, so the things have to fall apart. Things have to get real bad. And I think that this is just the beginning. Like I said, astrologically, these things always happen. It always comes in cycles. Listen, listen, listen. The angel said that the stars are ripe for change. This is it. This is it. The stars are ripe for change. It's so messed up out here. And again, astrologers saw, we all saw it coming, the beef between Space Karen and Taco. Okay. All of us saw the beef between the orange taco and the space Karen. We saw it happening. We've been looking at their charts. We've been looking at their charts. Okay, so none of us are surprised that this was happening today. We been saw it. Okay, the fallout is real. All of these things are spirit, the universe, God, source, whatever, are showing us like, hey, it's like, at what point do you all get riled up enough to do something? Thank you so much, Starry Eyed. Starry Eyed has put the whistleblower video in there. Listen. So again, I say that I'm trying to, and I definitely suggest that those of you who have been working magic and you kind of know what you're good at, to ask yourself, what role do you want to play in this, if at all? You don't have to. It's just a conversation that I wanted to have with you all, because again, as much as I'm a hard ass, I'm also very, very sensitive to plight and to hurt and harm, right? I'm very, very sensitive to that. And I don't like to see the little people getting stepped on. I don't like to see things happening to animals. Like, I was almost in tears when I read either last week or 2 weeks ago that there was like a company in France that had like, they had like a Sea World, something like a Sea World where they have like dolphins and whales and stuff. It was a company like that in France, and they just abandoned the dolphins and the killer whales and stuff at this like huge aquarium in place. And it's just like, why would you do that? Those animals are dependent on you for food. Why would you abandon them there? They don't belong there. So I'm a person, I'm very, very sensitive to plight and to pain. And I really wish that I had one big stick that I can just wave and just fix everything, but I can't. Right? But I can't. So, as much as as much as I am fine with throwing hands, I'm also very, very empathetic. Right? I'm very, very empathetic. Natasha says black people, especially our celebrities, have become zombified the last 15 years. Absolutely. But you saw the angel said it. The angel said that these false gods, these people that you prop up, you did this to yourself. Right? Yeah. Yep, Space Karen. Yep, he had the daddy one. Go, please go back and refresh yourself with my natal chart reading on Space Karen. Okay, on Elmo, because it's all there. It's all there. Yeah, it broke my heart. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and just this AI that's using so many natural all the water that AI uses to process, and people are out here playing with it. People are, all these different things. Like, we are dooming those people who have children. You are dooming your children and whatever is left of your bloodline to a terrible ass planet. And I'm not just saying AI, it's a bunch of stuff out here, right? This is the society that we have built, that is built off of harming each other and raping the land and animals, right? The artifice of it all. So, like I said, I'm still out here trying to figure out what my place is in all of this. Do I want to take up this mantle of just out here, just I don't want to. There's a burden that I don't want to carry, but I do want to help. Um, right. There I don't want to carry shit on my back. I don't. But at the same time, I don't like sitting and seeing that I can help people and I don't. It's all good, girl. No worries, no worries. So, like I said, what do you all think? What do you all think? I'm truly sharing this with you all because I do value the thoughts of I do value the thoughts. I do like having the conversation. Um, and again, I'm trying to figure out if I am helping, what does that look like? If I do help, what does that look like? Now, make no mistake about it, and no one is about to get in my face or try to harm me, because that ass will be dealt with. But just little things, right? And I've done things like this for my friends, for my family, right? You know, for some of my husband's friends, one of his friends, the friend and the friend's wife had both lost their jobs, and they were about to get evicted, from their home. So I did some magic, for them to get the money that they need to keep them from being evicted. So I do things like this without people knowing. I do things like that because it's not right when companies just decide to just lay off all these people. And now these people are out here, like, you make people, you put people in positions and then wonder why certain things happen, while some things happen, and it's just like, you can't first make harsh conditions and then punish people for the harsh conditions. um which is one of my favorite lines from the old school movie Ever After, but that's neither here nor there. um you know so I do things like that all the time, where I'm secretly helping people to get out of dire situations, or helping them if they're sick or stuff like that. I do that all the time. I do it all the time. um so yeah. Again, I really do would like to hear some of your thoughts on this. um oh, we can do this now. Oh, yay. I was wondering how I did that. Okay. Yeah, so what do you all think? You can type your comments in the chat if you don't want to come up, because I'm also thinking about different ways to kind of possibly incorporate that, helping people into this platform here on YouTube. Um I'm also thinking about ways to do that too. Um so I just really have to think about it and see, because while I don't mind helping people, I'm not going to be I won't allow myself to be taken advantage of either, right? So, um so yeah. So yeah. Um, so yeah, this is me. Like I said, I'm not being a softie, but I am empathetic. Um, and just another thing, I just don't really know, like, how do you reach people who don't want to be helped, who don't see or understand that their stance or their position or what they're doing is actually harming other people? Like, do you just leave those people there, or like what do you do? Right? What do you do? What do you do? Right? So, so let me, just something I wanted to share with you all. Um, something I wanted to share with you all that isn't um gossip or stuff like that, because whether we like it or not, we live here on this planet. We live here in the United States, and make no mistake about it, running to other places around the world won't fix it either, because there are other places around the world that are, for those who do not like the right wing side of things, there are other countries around the world that have, quote unquote, fallen to the right wing side of things. So, running won't necessarily fix it either. So, um, you know, yeah. Starry Eyed says, I've been learning to go with the flow of my life while keeping good intentions. I've been working a lot on self compassion too. I think this will place me where I need to be and help out again. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Natasha says, work with the ones that are awake. Oh, starry eyed girl, go take care of yourself, girl. Don't be here and you don't feel good. Don't be here and don't feel good. Please don't be here and don't feel good. Please go rest, honey. Go rest. Go rest, boo. Go rest. Go rest, and I'm gonna text you later. Go rest, and I'm gonna text you later to check on you. Please go feel better. Please go feel better, girl. Please, girl, go. Now you know what you're supposed to do. Okay. You're supposed to go get a ginger ale. Okay. Lay down and watch the stories. Okay. So go get a ginger ale, take some medicine, go get a ginger ale, and lay down on the couch and watch some stories. You know what you're supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do, girl. Starry Eye says, I think being an example is beneficial. I can't change people's minds, but I can show you better than I can tell you. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think so too. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to incorporate this or do this in my work here on YouTube. Um, or even just as far as like my spiritual work goes. Do I, set up, do I do reduced readings once a month? Do I do reduced readings or donation based, or, do I have one day where I'm just doing free readings on my channel until I'm tired? But the thing about that is, a lot of people just want to take and a lot of people lie, and I don't even want to have to start setting up spiritual boundaries to curb that, right? Um, yeah, so Sleepy B says, these last few years, I've been leaving folks where they have me effed up and focusing on success, money managed for those around me. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely helping your community, doing that work um for those around you, right? When we all have what we need, right? and we're not stressing out about how to live, we can focus on being better. So yeah. I said ginger ale is as you were taking a sip of it. Yes, yes. And so you have everything set. My ginger ale is right next to my bed. I've been listening in, and it's soothing. I've been resting this whole day. Okay, okay, girl, good. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. Your parents are on standby as well. Okay. Natasha says we don't have time to help the fools. We can gather our spiritual army and let the rest fall. I agree, CN1. CN1 says, I'd love to help. What concerns me is the lack of concern for the root cause or the bigger picture is shocking sometimes. Yeah. And, in reading what the angel said that these lies and this deception has been going on for centuries. For centuries. So the sexism, the racism, the worship of people who have all this money. Because make no mistake about it, people there's a worship and thinking that people who are billionaires and thinking that people who are rich are better than other people because they have money, and that being rich doesn't make a good person, right? And in the society that we live in now, to be that rich means exploitation of other people. So we have racism, we have sexism, we have patriarchy, we have greed, we have doing anything for money, stepping on the little guy, um like we have all of these things, and there is no how do you fight and work on this that's been going on for centuries, right? I mean, we see like things have it's boiled down into every day. Like when we hear, even when we hear these conversations from Dusties, right? Oh, a man is supposed to have all these different women. That comes from quote unquote European kings. Yeah, they married, but because they king, it's supposed to be okay for them to be community dick. Like, no, it's not. If you're married, but she's married to you, she can't have a harem, but it's okay for you to do whatever you want to, because like these things are like it's rooted in so much of who we are. No, now my husband texted me, I love you. I love you too, baby. So Starry Eyed says, I want to do a few 7-day candle rituals too. I've been thinking about it. If I have the work shift things around me, they'll shift on a bigger scale. Yeah, yeah. Mystery Moon says, I want a reading so bad, but my money is funny. Saving for a needed medical procedure. I will be getting one as soon as I can. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I know I don't set my prices because I'm trying to rip people off. I don't do that. Um, but I would just like for the community to understand that there's a lot of energy that goes into like tarot readings. And then when there's an astrological reading, there's a lot of prep work that goes into it. So it can't be like $5, right? Um, there are so many other things that I have to pay for as well. But um, you know, um, and this is what I'm saying. Me, do I start offering like community-based readings, whatever you have, you donate, and then I'm gonna read for you? Maybe I'll do that. I will do that. Or, sliding scale readings for the communities for people who want something, but it's truly, truly, this is the only thing that they can donate, or, so I'm gonna start incorporating that stuff too, right? Yeah, the exploitation is absolutely disgusting. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Yeah, yeah, and this is why we've been seeing a lot of listen. There's a difference between religion and the spiritual side of things and the divine. Religion is these sets of rules. The divine has always been there. God has always been there. These spirits have always been there. Christianity does not own God or the angels or these spirits. Christianity doesn't own it. Okay. Why are there people who are Hindus? They pray and they get their answers, they get their prayers answered. All these people around the world. God is God is there. Okay. God is there. The source, God, the universe, whatever you want to call, God is there. Okay. And then we have the next level, the deities, the angels, the all those different spirits. They're there, right? There's a difference between religion, and then there's a difference between God, the source, and these spiritual beings, right? But yeah, the religion it's there, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting to use these things to for control and harm of other people. It's absolutely disgusting. Empress laughing. Don't laugh, girl. Sexy RN says, I want to work less so that I can learn more and practice the way I'm into. Yeah. And again, we're seeing a lot of people now saying, just understanding the systems of things. Compulsory school, the 9 to 5 work schedule. We shouldn't have to pay for water. We shouldn't have to pay for water. Okay. Now I understand, we have modern technology to filter the water to make it clean, but like paying for water. Okay. Turning everything into a commodity. And I hate seeing people online saying, I work this job and I work this job, or I have 2 part-time jobs and I'm barely, after I pay all my bills and everything like that, I have $50 left and I can barely get groceries. Like this is disgusting. But this is the greed. It's disgusting. And make no mistake about it, what is happening now, closing the job corps and, laying all these people off, it is to make serfdom. Having all these people out here. I think I just read yesterday that the volunteering to sign up for the military, they've reached their quota already for quarter 1, because people going into the military because they need housing, they need food. This is what is happening, laying all these people off and stuff like that to continue to make people who depend on that they have to have money, that they have to go into these jobs in order to survive. Make no mistake about it. Understand what's going on, right? Oh, thank you so much, Natasha. Natasha says, I highly recommend Q's reading. I got a lot of guidance and motivation. Thank you. Yeah. People will get what they can afford. Spirit will tell you when you need to adjust or make allowances, and it'll be an easy decision. Yeah. I think I'll probably just have to put some protections around it. Some protections around it. Um, and just do it that way. But I really did start Eclectic Tarot back in 2019 to truly help people. I really did start it for this, not for fame or for glory, but like, hey, I found this out. So I use it to help myself. This is how you can help yourself, right? So, absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely possible to raise the enlistment numbers. Is definitely listen. She said it's disgusting. I'm scared for KK. Yeah, how is my darling KK? KK, if you can hear me, hey girl. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And this is more than just, we don't want to fear monger. There's fear mongering, and then there is opening your eyes to see what's happening on a larger scale, and understanding that some things are there's shit that has to be fixed. Things that have to be fixed. Yeah, absolutely. 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 So Sexy RN says, I recommend her reading as well. I'm just waiting for Spirit to say it's time for some romance. Girl, if y'all don't leave these eggplants alone, leave these eggplants alone. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah, y'all. So, I'm still trying to figure out how I will do it. Um, how we'll do certain things. Because I do want to help. I do want to be of help. So, to other people. Because if more of us are winning, then more of us are living with regulated nervous systems, right? Because stress is a killer too, right? If more of us are winning, then more of us can be at peace, and then we can reach out and we can help other people, right? Sorry, I said I used to dream of apocalypse surviving through the rubble. Yeah, yeah. Um. Oh, okay, okay, Julia Prom. Yes, 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 yes. Not seeing one laughing. Seeing one be laughing. Seeing one, you always laughing at me. Let me tell y'all something, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. The clients that I've had that were men, none of them clients, none of my men clients ever asked me about finding love. They all asked me how to get money. 99.9% of my lady clients ask me about other things, but they also ask me when are they getting a romantic partner. So I just want you to understand, whether this is patriarchy or something in the system for centuries, I don't know. But all the ladies ask me about romance and what has spirit been telling all of y'all. All of y'all who've ever had my reading, spirit has been telling y'all, don't worry about no eggplant, get your money. Spirit has been saying that to the ladies for years, but all the men that I've had, they ask me how to get money. So very interesting. Yay, congratulations to her. I'm so proud of her. Natasha say we got our magical black woman army right here in the chat. Our swords are our intentions. I hear that. KK said, "Mommy." AQ said, "No pictures online." Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, this is why I loved growing up in the '90s. Baby, there was no evidence. Late '80s, early '90s, all the fun we had, baby, there was no evidence. Not nan, not nan. Look at evidence. It says because it's more women than men. Sexy RN says money is my main concern, but can I get an encounter? Because men know that with money they can get women. I mean, listen. I want all y'all to have y'all money. I want y'all to have y'all money. So let me drink this water. Oh, my husband is currently driving up to see his sister. And my husband is like, "Are you off? Are you off yet?" I told my husband I have a call. He got an hour-long drive to Delaware, wherever he's going to see his sister, who is doing the damn thing. His sister got accepted to do her either internship or like grad program at Johns Hopkins University. Okay, she's doing a lot of science medical work up there. So shout out to her. She's been doing that for a year or two now. My husband is going to go see his little sister up there. But it's an hour-long drive, and he wanna talk and cluck with me on this hour-long drive until he gets up to where his sister is. But I'm here with y'all. So he asked me, am I still clucking with y'all? I just told him, yeah. He say lesson learned. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so um she be doing her damn thing. Love her to death. I will say that if you can get some military benefits, go ahead and get some, because she is definitely living off of their father's military benefits. Okay, the military benefits paying for all her school. She had all this money. She got her a car. She got her a place, baby. Get the military benefits if you can, honey. That's one thing my husband say he wish he can go back and do and get the military benefits. I said it's okay, babe. We're gonna be good. All right. So, like I said, I wanted to come to you all and just share this conversation with you all. So I'm still gonna be working on I'm still gonna be having the conversations with myself. What is my role? Do we start our own little community and work to help other people um and do what we can, be the light, don't take no shit, but be the light. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on what my place is. So, I really, really do try to be a decent person. No one is going to be perfect, but I really try to be a decent person. And I have already had my conversations with um God in the past. Shit that I've done because I'm not perfect. Shit that I've done in the past. I've you know had my conversations with God about it. Okay, say I'm sorry, and and move forward. Right. So, but I do truly want to help people. Um, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. So, yeah. Sexy RN said she need a boy toy. She said, "Come eggplant when I call and leave when I'm done." That's what she said, girl. Girl, you so funny. I love it. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Listen, y'all are adult women. You can decide who you want to water your flowers. As long as y'all are safe and y'all are happy and it was good, I'm good. She said no overnight bags and toothbrushes. She said, uh, what they be saying in their little songs, in their little rap songs. I woke her up at 1 a.m. Okay, you got to go. Y'all said drop the eggplant and leave. Okay, goodbye. Y'all said no spend a night bags. No 5 a.m. walk of shame. You gonna get out about 2:30. I can't stand y'all. Oh, it's TN1 says, I absolutely recommend Q's readings. I usually schedule when I have an important decision to make. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I really do want to, bring more of my astrology stuff to you all because I know some of you all have important stuff coming up. And, you might be thinking about doing something on some day, check the transits for some day. I'm slowly bringing things in. I'm slowly bringing things in. Spend a night bag, spend a night bag. Y'all said none of that. No spend a night bag. They got to do they walk of shame at 2 a.m. Okay, that was great, but you can go now. Uh, call your Uber. Please don't mess with somebody who out here who need the Uber. I don't want any mess with some dusty roaches. Let me stop. Let me stop. No spend a night bags for y'all. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are so funny. Okay, y'all. I am not gonna hold you all for long. I really would like for you all to definitely share your thoughts. Um, after you've thought about things down here in the chat, not down in the chat, down in the comment section when this is over. Because again, I really do want to help, right? I really do want to help. Like I said, I'm still thinking about things. I know I still got to get you all. I got like 4 videos I got to get out to y'all. Yeah, I got 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 4 videos I have to get out for y'all. 4 astrology videos I have to get out for you all. We may do something a little fun. Tomorrow's Friday, right? We may do something a little fun tomorrow. We may do something a little fun tomorrow. And then I think Saturday we're gonna do the Diddy trial reading because it's week 4, right? This is pretty much the end of week 4 for the Diddy trial. Some of the things that we talked about during the first reading have come to pass. Yeah. Absolutely. Do not let anybody water your garden. Um yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. We don't that's not the type of charity that we do around here, okay? We don't do um we don't give sacred entrance to people who don't have their shit together. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, I do want to help people. I do want to I really do want to help people and I want people to understand that it's so much more than just these little conversations online. There is some cosmic shit going on right now, and it's up to us to recognize the cosmic shit, to recognize what's going on, because this is the time, like the angel said, to bring about the change. We really have to cut off a lot of bullshit that's happening in this country, right? Um, as far as the United States goes, this is where I'm a citizen. I'm United States citizen, so this is what I'm talking about. But just so many things are just disgusting. Um, Q said, "Go call that man," and I can't wait for the Diddy trial reading. Might have to catch a replay. I'm having my daughter's birthday party Saturday. We may do it. Yeah, I'm thinking Saturday because I want to do something tomorrow. With you all. But if you have to catch the replay, you have to catch the replay. But yeah, sorry I said be your own hoe. Yeah, tacos always. I love y'all. I really do, and I appreciate y'all who just came over here to hang out with me. I really don't like quote unquote using the tarot and the astrology for BS, but I really don't like to. And it's sad that this is how we have to be seen online. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, let me just say this. Let me say this. To people, there are going to be people that are going to say that what happened today between Orange Taco and Space Karen is a distraction. This is not a distraction. This is not a distraction. I need for people to give up the everything is a distraction. A distraction from what? Everything is not a distraction. Some things are distractions. Some things are distractions. But distraction from what? We see what's going on. This is not a distraction. Okay? So let me just say that right there. It said, look like Diddy got his spanking, and some people may be ready to let him go because the trial is strange now, putting an obvious liar on the stand who can't do his story straight. Yeah, that's been real interesting. Oh, sexy RN wants to know what happened. Girl, you don't know what happened? Girl, let me pull it up so I can see. So I can show you, girl. So I can show you, girl. Let me go on over here. Girl, they been, oh no. Sign in. Sign in, baby. Sign in. Holy shit. No. Am I? Do I have to change my? Oh my god. Let me bring up Twitter. Let me bring up Twitter, baby. No, not this. I gotta get my stuff together for leadership next month. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? Next. What you mean you can't find my account? What you mean you can't find my account? Girl, no. I know you fucking lying. I'm literally signing Twitter on my phone. I'm signing Twitter on my phone, baby. I am signing Twitter on my phone. So basically, what happened today, girl? What happened today, girl, was so Space Karen and Orange Taco are fighting. Orange Taco says that Space Karen is mad because he canceled the EV stuff, and Space Karen was just like, "Oh, you know what? Let me send y'all the screenshots because I took screenshots today, honey. Because ain't nobody gonna be deleting nothing in my face. Um, ain't nobody deleting nothing in my face. Let me send myself these damn screenshots, honey. Cause yeah, what screenshots at today? Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I just gotta send myself the screenshots. Okay, yeah, let me bring this in because I got to show y'all. That's the only reason why I really keep Twitter is because I like to have screenshots of shit, y'all. So the girls are fighting. No, the girl, baby, he was just like, um, he was just like, let me see. Yeah, Elon Musk. Oh, and then Elon is pretty much supporting saying that Trump should be impeached and Vance should should replace him. Oh yeah, let me bring this in right here, girl. Let me bring this in right here. Let me share this page. Yeah, baby, they out here. Share. Let me share screen window. Okay. Okay. Let me go and bring this in. Okay. So yeah, this was from Elon Musk. Time to drop the really big bomb. The real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. And then he went and was petty and was like, "Have a nice day, Donald Trump." So, so listen. Yes. So like I said, you see the date here. The date is 6/5. This was today. Trump's response was, "I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have did this months ago. This is one of the greatest bills ever presented because Elon is just like, this bill is trash." So Trump feel like Elon had turned on him. And then here we go again. This one, Elon Musk, the date is okay. This is today. No, this was yesterday. Elon Musk says, without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House and Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Okay. So they out here, they fighting. The girls are fighting. Okay. So someone said President versus Elon. Who wins? My money is on Elon. Trump should be impeached and JD Vance should replace him. Elon Musk says yes. So Elon is, they've been going back and forth. Elon said, as far as the Epstein files, he said, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. This was today. This was today. Okay, this was today. So yeah. So, with that being said, with that being said, Mystery Moon said they're gonna stop let Elon being the actual welfare queen, and then now hell broke loose on Twitter. She said the bromance is over. Sexy RN says, I can say you need to have those classes again, divination classes. I would invest. I was thinking about whether or not to have the tarot class again. I don't know if I want to do it again, but I'll think about it. But yeah, they were arguing back and forth online. Starry eyed laughing. Natasha say, I prayed for it this morning and it happened this afternoon. Prayer works, y'all. Somebody said, who gave Elmo the black eye? People think that it was the husband of somebody's wife he out here sleeping with, allegedly. That's what they were saying. So I don't know who gave him the black eye, but baby, yeah, this was today. This was today, and now people on Twitter are the MAGA crowd is divided. Some are with Elon, some are with Trump. Some saying, "Oh, Steve Bannon called for Elon to be calling for Elon um um to be deported." Um, let me see, where was this at? Was this in? Because I'm in a lot of stuff on Reddit because I'm nosy. Because I'm nosy. So Elon is still losing money. Yeah, they said, yeah, Steve Bannon was out here talking about we need to deport Elon. So it's real messy out here right now. It's real messy. And people are just like, Oh my God. But we're just like, again, it's always something going on. So yeah. Yeah, the man is Stephen Miller, and allegedly Elon is allegedly sleeping with his wife. And allegedly Stephen Miller gave him the monocle. Allegedly. Because they said like Stephen Miller is left-handed, so Elon's right eye had the black eye. So if homie was left-handed, then boom, that would sock his right eye. So listen, I'm here for the chaos. I'm here for the chaos. So, yeah, I don't know who did it. Only Elon know who gave him two piece. I don't know. Um, but like I said, the streets and the tea has been hot today. It's been hot today. And then everybody stopped tweeting, and it was an emergency meeting in the White House. So, emergency meeting in the White House. We got two narcissists um going at it. So, Stephen Miller. Okay, let me see who this Stephen Miller is. What Stephen Miller do? Who is Stephen Miller? White House Deputy Chief of Staff? Katie Miller? Okay. Elon Musk unfollows Stephen Miller on X as he takes his wife Katie Miller. That's from the Daily Beast. Stephen Miller melts down as Musk exit with his wife and attack on Trump. Baby, the tea is hot. Birthday time. Let me see if I can find a chart for him. Stephen Miller, August 23rd. Okay, so he's from California. I don't think we have a date of time for. Oh, we do have that. Okay, we do have a chart. We can make a chart for Stephen Miller. We can make a chart for Stephen Miller. Oh, he's younger than me. Why this man younger than me? He look older than me. He 2 years younger than me, sir. See, that's what I'm saying. Being a dusty degenerate, it ages you. Yeah, Stephen Miller. We have his. Okay, we have his birth chart. We have the time. We have his birth time. I could do a chart on him. You say he's the real even one. Yeah, him and Peter Thiel. Notice that, allegedly. Notice that Peter Thiel keeps his birth time off of Thiel and the other one. Who's the other guy? They keep their birth times off. Um, he's the one that puts the kids in cages. Okay, piping hot. Okay, girl, be safe, girl. He's very racist. Please, please, please. He look old. He do listen. He do look old AF. He do. He do. He do. Listen, let me show you. Let me show y'all this man before we get out of here. Share screen. Yeah, you can't tell me this man ain't in his 50s. Okay, he ain't cute. Being evil does give you wrinkles. Absolutely. I mean, out here spoiling like cottage cheese in the desert. Right. Right. Sorry, I listen. You okay, sir. And listen, I'm not here to, I'm not here to drill people, but it's just really sad when I see it's sad to me when I see people younger than me look older than me. It's just really sad. But we do have a time for him. So we do have a time for him. So let me go on and get out of here. Girl, like when you cut a banana, yes, you cut a banana or you cut an avocado and you turn around 5 minutes later and it start turning brown. Mm-hmm. That's why you chose the right fruit. You chose avocado because you know the truth. Right. Listen, there is no way. There is no way. And this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So let me tell y'all, there were some people that did not like my critique of the movie Sinners. There were some people who did not like my critique of it. But like I keep saying, people say they don't want certain things, but yes, energetically, they entertain certain things. There is no way I'm gonna be out here knowingly swapping sexual juices with somebody who got all these baby moms and all these kids. That means there's no sexual protection. There's absolutely no way. Absolutely no way. An alleged drug user with all these baby mamas and out here not taking care of his kids. Okay, because it was a couple of the baby mamas on Twitter like, can you please come and help our kid? Um, just because he's white, he's still a dusty degenerate. I don't care how much money he has. So women are out here saying they don't want certain things, but then they go do certain things. So not the bananas and the avocados are offended. Girl, man, his wife left. Yeah, right, right. So that is still a degenerate. Okay. It's just a billionaire degenerate. Still a degenerate, people. Still a degenerate. Okay, all these baby mamas and you just making kids and you out here naming kids plus sign, minus sign, linear equation. There is absolutely no way. No way. No way. And this is what I'm saying. Like people say they don't want certain things, but they entertain certain things. If you are entertaining certain things, then this is what you want. This is what you like. There is no way. Mm-mm. No way. No way. No way. That's a baby daddy with multiple baby mamas. That is not a someone to look up to, right? That may be true. That may be true. That may be true. But still, this is still not the way. He's still out here having sex with these people, okay? He's still out here having sex with these people. I'm just not doing it. He's still making these IVF babies, and it's still women out here talking about please come take care of our kid. So, so no matter whether he's IVFing them or not, it's still people out here who they out here, please come take care of your kid. Still a degenerate. Still a degenerate. Being rich doesn't mean that you're not a degenerate. Okay? Okay, we can see that from the trial that's happening now. Okay, that man on trial right now, okay, is a degenerate. A degenerate. And hearing that women are okay with being in the degenerate's orbit for money, degenerate. Right. A breeder, immigrant, welfare queen. Queen degenerate. Absolutely. So, yeah, no. So, degenerate. Just because they're rich doesn't mean that they're not degenerates. Right. Again, going back to this greed, this doing anything for money, this no. Standards, morals. What happened to those? Okay. All right, y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me call and see where my husband at, because he's just like, please, are you done? I love you too, baby. So let me call him back. I'm gonna come chill with y'all tomorrow. I do want to hear your thoughts and your comments in the comment section after this video. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you for being in community with me. Thank you for spending time with me. And please know that I do see you all who I appreciate those of you who can, because you can be some of anywhere. You can be watching someone else while I'm live, but you come over here for whether it's the spirituality, the magic, the astrology, the community. Thank you for being here with me. And I will be quote unquote rewarding people who spend time being in community with me. I'll say it like that. So, All right, you all. I'm going to go. I'm gonna see y'all around these YouTube streets. I hope to come back tomorrow. I love y'all. Be good, be safe, and take care of each other. All right, bye.